I thought I told you time and time again that we won't stop. Back it show by show, I'm trying to triple and double the pot.
Yo guys, welcome to our first ever video of the channel. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A for you guys to get to know the kid. I hope you enjoy the video, like, comment, share. What made you want to become a reseller? To be honest, I've always loved shoes, but there was a point in my life where the shoes that I actually liked, I wasn't able to afford it.
Y'all niggas is broke, y'all niggas is bums.
And then during lockdown, I just made the conscious decision, because I was bored and had nothing to do, to become a reseller. And I remember the first two name ideas of me like starting my brand was either the name Sneaky Sneakers or Gideon the Reseller, which is literally my name, and then the word reseller. First shoe that I ever sold in my reselling career was a pair of Panda Dunks. And best believe I bought them by accident. I bought them for resale. I paid like $190 at the time. It was kind of stupid, but I managed to flip them for like $210. What's your advice on new resellers that want to get into the game? There's so much advice I can give, but the two main advice I would personally give is honesty is the best policy. So if there's a delay with an order, communicate that with your client. If you sell an item and it's fake and your client doesn't know it's fake, I would still tell the client that it's fake, and your client will respect you way more than you just backdooring him and letting him live on knowing that it's fake. And the other thing I would say is making sure that you deliver your orders to clients as fast as possible, because clients love items fast. They don't like guys that move lele. If you move lele in the business, it's going to affect your relationship with clients, it's going to affect your relationship with other resellers, and it's just going to make you look like a joke man, to be honest, and no one wants to work with a joke man. So just fly straight. And yeah, cool. So next question, who's your top 5 favourite rappers? My top 5 favourite rappers I would say is Drake, Dave, Potter Paper, Ghana, and probably Marks Malone. I'm half Nigerian and from Benin. They're both in West Africa. Do I have a religion? Yes, I do have a religion. I'm a born again Christian. Cool, next question. What's your worst ever experience with a client? This is about to get very dark, but it was when I got kidnapped trying to sell my first ever Van Cleef bracelet. I must have posted up a Van Cleef bracelet on Snapchat. I was trying to sell it for 2.1k. I was middlemaning off a jeweler that I was currently working with at the time, and I was going to make a lovely profit off it. And then I had a new client that popped up to me saying that he needed it for his girl for her anniversary. I said cool, and then he told me he only had cash, so I told him that he would need to meet me beforehand before I sort the bracelet out for him, and he was completely fine with that. But me and him were going back and forth. I was telling him to come Hatton Gardens to drop me the cash, and then I saw it the next day. He was telling me that he was hella busy, that I would need to come to him, and then I decided to go to him. Bearing in mind he was from all the way from Northwest, I had to go all the way to Golders Green to supposedly pick up the cash. I get to him now at Golders Green, and I'm chilling, just waiting at the bus stop, and then he's texting me saying, oh, thank you for coming all this way and all this jazz. I said cool, whatever. And then he was moving a bit long, like coming to meet me. I was like waiting like 7-8 minutes for him. Then next minute, you know, he texts me saying I'm gonna meet his uncle instead. I said cool, that was a bit odd, but I just kept on going and just waited it out. Next thing you know, I see some tall black guy. He's like at least 30, 34, like a full-on grown man, like lean built, like 6 foot. And I remember he was smoking a blunt, and then he was just talking to me, like trying to get to know me. And then he was like, oh, the money's just parked in his car that we just got to walk to. I said cool, no stress. So we're walking now, he's busting small talk, we're walking. And one thing led to another. He basically lured me into like his back garden. So imagine there's like a narrow arrowway we had to walk through, and then there's like greenery on the floor, and then there's like a white door. And then he opens his door, and I'm obviously being respectful. I'm like, do you want me to step in, like, or just like wait outside, like, just to wait for the cash kind of thing? Because he previously told me that he just wanted me to write down the transaction on a piece of paper, because it was a large sum of money, which I did understand. So when I asked him, oh, should I step in? He was like, don't be silly, bro, you can step in. So as soon as I stepped in, 0.0 0 seconds, he grabbed me, dashed me onto the couch, he locks the door, he starts saying all twisted and messed up things. He's like, oh, this is not how business is orchestrated, this is not how business is orchestrated, what did you think this was, what did you think this was? I mean, I'm scared, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, this felt like a movie scene. And then he's like to me, open up your online banking. And I'm like, oh fuck. And I'm telling him, bro, I need to go to the toilet. Like, can I quickly go? Like, I'm trying to like escape kind of thing. He's not trying to hear. He's like, there's a toilet in the back. And then he's like, open up your online banking. I'm being smart at this point. I've got multiple online banking accounts. I'm showing him different accounts saying I've got no peas, bro. Like, please let me go. Like, I'm brass pretty much. He's not trying to hear it. And then he starts getting aggy. He's like to me, the more that you piss me off, the more I'm gonna hurt you. So he slaps me in that face, and then I'm not a dickhead. Am I allowed to swear on YouTube? So then I punch him, and then he gives me 2 punches to the temple, 1 in the eye. After that, I had to really comply with him pretty much. I sent him the money, and then he made me reopen my online banking again, made me show him my home address, and then was like, if I snitch, then he can easily hunt me down. He doesn't care about jail time. And then there was even a part which was kind of odd when he was attacking me. He was like, oh, there's a knock at the door. So he opens his door, and then I'm praying. I'm like, God, please help me kind of thing in the situation, because I was scared. And then he's like, oh, God's really saved you, innit? Luckily, I don't set my XL bully on you. And then he basically tells his dog to piss off. He locks the door again. And then he takes my iPhone 15 at the time, makes me factory resets it, and then he basically escorts me out of his building kind of thing. And then before he escorts me out of his building, he's like, if you scream, if you make noise, he will just dash me in front of a lorry. So I just kept quiet. He walked me out of his part. He was even asking me questions like, what do I do with myself? Like, and like, even concerned, he was like to me, oh, do you know your way back home? I said, bro, I'll find my way back home myself. And then he stopped me like at like a park, and then just spoke to me. He was like, oh, if anyone disturbs you in this ends, just tell them that you know M, tell them that you know M, tell them that you know M. And then he just let me cut pretty much.